Hello, hello, beautiful people of the internet. Hello, the Chaucer, Roxanne, it's me, Jensen1, Ragged Edge 82, Rage Stakinski, Mastermaticus, Dark Paladin 037, Psycho Ling, Dread Spider, and yes, nobody else in chat is real. I'm not even real. Only you are real. You are living in a simulation, and this is just a small part of your day's entertainment. I am nothing but a series of zeros and ones. Who's gonna tell your cat? Your cat is also not real. Exactly. All right, so last I left off, the team made their way north, and you know, we're looking pretty all right. We've got some good bros. We just picked up a few Uber Chads. Well, we picked up an Uber Chad in Behemoth 6987. But what we were looking for was either, we'd like a tank. it's what we really would like to find right now. So we will at some point in the near-ish future need to cull like one more bro. Because we do need to round out the team a little bit from what we have right now. So, but we don't have to do that right now. I think right now, what we get the most mileage out of is raiding this here north. The Barbarians have some things we want. We want some of those big chunky two-handers because, you know, there's a few bros that it'd be nice to get a few, you know, stronger two-handed weapons on. We also want some of those heavy throwing weapons. We do at least have a single bundle of heavy javelins, but we'd like more than that. And, you know, they may have shinies. They may have named items that we need to take from them. What is the strat for finding a tank? Try out until you see sure-footed / paranoid / short, then firing. Well, since my hope is to make like a real tank and not like a slurgy special, as many of you have been subjected to, what I'm kind of looking at is backgrounds that have a ton of fatigue so that I can make like a proper forged tank that can spam indom a number of turns before they recover. But, you know, sometimes that can be hard to find. So that's why I hired the Hedge Knight, because as far as like, you know, the perfect background if cost weren't a consideration, Hedge Knight would be the best out there. But otherwise, we can look at thieves, farmhands, things like that. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, as for now, we're going to explore the north. Now, last we left off, there is a group of Unholds, some Frosty Unholds, just east of us. It would be a good idea to give them a, you know, piece of mind, piece of our whatever, take them out. What I'm thinking is at some point in the near-ish future, we can unlock the blacksmith, or we can use the blacksmith rather. So what I might do is pay kind of a pittance just to repair some stuff so that can be unlocked when we want it, since we are probably going to take a fight really soon. Get another Hedge Knight? No, we're not going to do that. So let's see. Do we have... Okay, yep, I repaired enough things. Yeah, we're not going to hire another Hedge Knight. You can, you know... Oh. Okay. Uncle Freddie Mac gained some fatigue. Great. You love to see it. He's got a ton of fatigue to work with. He's pretty, you know, he's got some good endurance. Why do hedge knights hate each other? That's a good question. Why can't they just get along? The event text says something, murmurs of, you know, them having seen each other on the battlefield or some such nonsense. All right, so 4 Frosty Unholds is not a totally trivial fight. We may get some injuries, but it is something we want to take because we do want their attachments. I'm gonna pull them out of the forest so that we can fight them on some better terrain. Four Frosty Unholds might win Battle Brawl 5. They might. So we're gonna do a little scoot and shoot, as you do. Got him. Perfect. I love it when only exactly one goes forward. So unfortunately, since this guy got stunned, we're gonna have to be mindful of making sure he doesn't get a good target to give the old overhand slam, the alley-oop. Hello, Choppy Cat. Alright. Let's see where these guys charge forward. Alright, not too bad. We're gonna keep trying to focus fire as much as we can. Got one. Engaging all 4 at once. Well, I mean, we focused fire down pretty well there. Soji, happy Monday. Oh my god, it is Monday. Happy Monday. Soji, you ever think of deep frying corn tortillas and corn ale to make them taste better? Well, you just turn them into like chips, basically. It's basically making tortilla chips. And yes, I have done that, and it's very good. When I've made homemade taco bowls or things like that, I've done that before. Alright, we're gonna keep trying to, let's see, probably don't put Green Killer in range since he doesn't have Nimble yet. You're hangry now? Oh no. And if you depress them in the center with a spoon, you can form them into a bowl shape as well while deep frying. Yeah. Yeah, there actually exist products that kind of look like gimmicks, and might, to be fair, might kind of be gimmicks that essentially like fold your tortilla in the shape of a hard shell taco, and you can make like homemade deep fried Like hard shell tacos? I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it's good. I've never gone to that sort of effort. No gimmick, just use a spoon? Maybe you can do that. You follow the Alton Brown rule of kitchen appliances. If it can only do one thing, you don't need it. Generally speaking, inclined to agree with that sentiment. Let's see, where should I focus my damage? Probably this bottom one. Oh, oops, just did math wrong. The exception is a rice cooker. True. My rice cooker gets a lot of use, and it only does one thing. But it's one thing that I do pretty frequently. We've almost got him. Took out our dog, though. Okay. Use your toaster as a heating pad? All right, so we got like one injury. Honestly, that's not bad. The reality of fighting Unholds with a company like this at this stage is injuries are kind of inevitable, but we really do want to take those opportunities to fight them whenever we can. We got a giant skull and bones here. We're going to be looking to make some, attachments with that, the skull, the bone armor or whatever, bone plating. And we got 2 thick white furs. We can make additional fur padding. It'd be really nice for our broadcast briggy, since we took steel brow, if we take put additional fur padding on an armor to go alongside steel brow, well, then our hit points will remain nicely, safe behind those 2 barriers. So then we got this broken nose on Syncnaza, a pain but not too bad, and then a fractured hand on Green Killer. That one sort of sucks. We should expect a little bit lower damage output from him over the next couple days until he gets fixed up, but that's okay. Alright, some thralls and warhounds. That's a pretty good fight. Go find that Linworm and show it who's boss. I suppose we'll fight these barbarians as well. May as well. Pretty good experience for fighting thralls. And we can take them out real quick. If we hit them. Only downside here is we gotta hear that dog death noise a few times. Yeah. It is sad. is. It is. Yeah, poor doggos don't deserve this, but it's a cruel world. It is a cruel, cruel world. Alright. You know there's a mod so the dogs never die and it also replaces the sound. What does it do instead of having them die? Like just have them like lift off the battlefield? Okay, so we gained a level on the old broadcast briggy. Let's see. You get them as drops, I think? Okay. So I think here we're gonna go ahead and grab Fearsome. 'Tis a very good perk. Yeah, Fearsome now, definitely. And we're gonna keep pumping the primary stats up to comically high levels, as well as fatigue. And then we'll just keep moving on, fighting more fights. We're looking for Reavers, ideally, so that we can, you know, get some of those fancy throwing weapons, but... You know why Sludgy likes dogs? The movie said all dogs go to heaven, not cats, though. As a kid, I always disliked that it was only dogs. Fearsome's really nice before we start fighting Chosen, definitely. Sludgy, I know you said you don't want any spoilers, but have you picked up the new Fearsome code? I have not picked at the code. I'm just taking the patch notes at face value. I'm assuming they're correct. So I've looked at the patch notes, right? I mean, that part is a known thing. And yes, Fearsome was changed slightly. It's a fairly insignificant change. Like, just doesn't... Was it a buffer nerf? It's a gentle nerf for very high resolve units. But it also means it's a nerf for Ancient Dead. So. Yeah, a baby nerf is an accurate description. A largely inconsequential change. Fearsome still often. Change your mind. Not here to change your mind. Here to simply agree. Man split. They are going to start running now. So, yeah, I guess those two on the bottom are just going to skedaddle. Whatever. That's fine. Not going to send any dogs after them. We don't have very many. The couple we do have may just die. So, may you link to the dog mod you're referring to? You should just throw it in the Discord. You can throw it here. I think I've got you as a VIP. Technically, only VIPs can share links. Go ahead and share it both places, if you could. You should be able to do it both. I limit links to people with VIP status so we don't get spammed. No other reason. And so that, you know, accidental link to virus doesn't proliferate. That would be sad. Okay. There's the icy cave. Well. In the run. Is Broadcast Briggy ready for a madman? Give Slurgy a bonk and risk it all? Probably not. I think the play would be, or will be, to use Uncle Freddie Mac. We'll have him use the oversized spear and then swap to the two-handed flanged mace whenever he gets through. That will probably be the play. To be able to get to that point, though, we need a little bit higher melee skill. Slurgy is probably not going to do that fight. Even if it's like a 99% chance of victory, 99 isn't quite high enough, you know? You haven't been able to promote your OnlyFans in months due to this absurd linking policy. Maybe I'm already a member. Slurgy finally listening to me. Well, yeah, I mean, in this case, you know, the big difference is in the other runs, if we were to lose a brother to the Barbarian Madman, it's heartbreaking, but it doesn't literally end the run. If Slurgy dies, that's it. Game over. So. Oh yeah, on his OnlyFam, it's mostly just a bunch of streams, if you will. Anyway, I'll stop. Maybe Slurgy survives with brain damage. Maybe he's already got it, though. It's the last run, we cannot be going in YOLO. Yeah, no, we're not going to go in YOLO. So when the time comes, we will have Uncle Freddie Mac be the one to do it. But he's not quite ready yet. We need his melee skill to be a little higher. We could potentially use another bro. Excuse me. Thomas the Train 1 could be a good choice. We skip the spear wall shenanigans. And we just go at it with a big pile of hit points. Because mostly you just need a whole bunch of primary skills. So that would be a good way to do it. We would also want this armor fully fixed up. And then hopefully a better helmet. We're kind of lacking in good helmets at the moment. So, we're gonna make note of this icy cave. We will be doing it, we will come back, but we aren't gonna do it right now. Yeah, I saw the Twitch integration type stuff, but they're not something I'm interested in. Thomas at level 11 probably never loses that fight. I agree. Agreed with that. But we'd like to do it before level 11 because it's just nice to have the named cleaver. It's nice to be able to unlock the hunting grounds, etc., etc. So we're just going to be looking to fight just some random barbarians. Of course, we're not finding any. It would be cool if you say the names of the sodas you drank and give them a little taster view. It's like a theme that comes with your videos. Well, they're not sodas. They're basically always sparkling water. We started out with a LaCroix Limoncello, and now we've moved on to a LaCroix Black Raspberry. I have mixed it with a homemade rhubarb simple syrup that I make every year. This batch I made last year was so large that I still have some. So, anyway. Stream sponsored by LaCroix? Right, pretty much. Mocktail stream? I guess, yeah. What's the story of how Mrs. Lurgy found out you started streaming? I don't know about... found out's not exactly the right phrasing. Like I talked about doing it before I did. LaCroix for when you don't want flavor, but you want something that looked at... Yeah. A hint of whatever flavor it describes is accurate to describe LaCroix. Wow, these... Okay, and there's the Black Monolith. I was just saying how, like, where are all these barbarians? They got swept away. So, huh. Interesting. Speedrun? Yeah. So we found the Black Monolith. Day 46 is good enough, right? Right. In we go. Just kidding. Just go in, you got this. You'll be surprised to find I don't think the team is quite ready. Let's see. I suppose I can explore through some of the tundra. I kind of don't like exploring tundra too much until after Icy Cave, but does Cook seem good so far? You know, it's been nice being able to heal up nicely between fights. I don't know that I've paid as close attention to how much we're getting from a healing perspective. It has been nice having the food last extra long as well. Yeah. You hope ancient statue isn't at the southwest point of the south. I know, right? Given that Black Monolith is here, if it's anything like the last few runs, the ancient statue will be like, I don't know, on an island over here in the very far southwest. That's how it's been the last couple runs. A bit annoying, but whatever. It's fine. Yeah, last 2 runs in a row. Where camps? I know, right? We've got our scout, we've got our lookout. We got all the tools we should need. Okay, so there's gonna be... Alright, so those spawn from there. Let's take a look at the Barbarian first. Many Barbarian chosen. Many chosen is like an okay fight for us. I'd really like to fight some Reavers first, because I do really want to get us some heavy jabs and stuff first. Yeah, 7 to 10. Not too bad. It'd be pretty easy to lose a brother where some of them are still pretty nimble. Ten seems kind of easy, or 7 seems kind of easy, 10 seems risky. I think I agree with that. That sounds about right. We can always just peek, yeah. We can. We'd really like some heavy rusty axes. It'd be a pretty sweet, you know, power spike to the team to be able to get those. Pretty good chance of a shiny from a camp like that, though. Yep, also true. I'd feel a little bit more cozy about it if everyone had Pathfinder. There's a few brothers that don't. We'd really like our book nerd to have Pathfinder, especially since he's got the smoke pot. So if we equipped a couple nets here, had the smoke pot there, smoke pot and a net there. Probably should have this weapon here. And something else here on Dark Paladin. Just equip him like this for the moment. I think we can do this. We're just gonna have to be really careful. And we could get unlucky. Like a bro could die here. For sure. The Hedge Knight's a beast? Absolutely. You need one free slot anyway? True. Very true. This type of camp doesn't have that high of a famed chance, actually. It's the, like, Barbarian Place of Power or whatever that's higher. But still. We'll see what happens. 7. All right, smaller numbers. And look, we got 3 of the heavy rusty axes. We'll see if we can get those. So I suppose we'll have to let them move first. So we'll let these 2 move as well and then decide exactly how we want to do this. Okay, so we're gonna scooch on back a little bit. How exactly do I want the squad arranged? That's the real question. We're gonna do the classic kind of squeeze together, make a little porcupine. So I think the way I'm going to do it, we're going to leave 1 hex of vulnerability right here. So we're going to bring Thomas the Train / Dark Paladin each up a hex. And then we'll bring Slurgy up to here. So we'll spear wall here and here. Uncle Freddy Mac just will stay where he is. So then on the bottom, we're going to scooch in a decent amount. So Uncle Freddy Mac's gonna stay right where he is. Or Jingo can actually go in and give this guy a little welcoming shot. We're gonna wait on those guys. Thomas the Train, He's slower than Slurgy, so unfortunately we can't move and attack. We actually got to go all the way up here, which is fine. Curse Word we could leave here, but given that they'll probably go, someone will go for a flank, we'll go ahead and catch him with him. Is there any way to tell what an enemy's move range is, or is that just all up to memorization based on AP and terrain? It's all up to memorization based on AP and terrain. However, all humans in this game have 9 AP, exactly the same as your bros. So really, and almost all of them have Pathfinder. So really all you have to do is memorize which ones don't have Pathfinder, which is very few. And it's like the lower level enemies, like thugs. So in this case, you can say, all right, they've got 9 AP and they've got Pathfinder. So you can pretty well determine how far they can go. All humans, yeah, I think all humans have 9 AP. I'd be interested if anyone knows of any exceptions to that. I don't think there are. If there are, I'd be interested in knowing. There may be. I don't think so, though. Okay, perfect. You think Choppy Cat's referring to former humans? Does that count? Do we count former humans? What exactly is a dedicated runner? It is just a brother whose entire purpose is to run. Basically, there are certain types of enemies that you can force to split apart and use a naked bro to like lure a group of them out so you fight 2 smaller fights. That's basically all it is. So we'll go ahead and throw this guy in a net so we can take him out as fast as possible. Maybe the same deal with that guy there. We'll shoot this one, or miss. But in any case, we'll do our best. And these bros are pretty okay at fighting down there, but I don't know, they're only okay. Might let them attack. No. Not loving all the missing we're doing. Not into that. That is not what I expected that chosen to do. I thought for sure he'd try to run around for the flank. Is this run on the old patch? Nope. It is the current, most recent patch. Okay, that guy will probably go here. Yes. The mods are working, exciting. Well, I don't really have many mods except the quality of life ones. There's a whole bunch of mods that aren't working, so if you play a heavily modded version of the game, you should expect that it probably won't work, actually. You just want quality life mods? Well, then in that case, I think you're probably good to go. Boy, have we missed most of our attacks. New slot opening up very soon. Look at this guy actually using consumables instead of stocking up on 99 nets in case you need one on the final boss. Well, I wish I could claim that I didn't just save up my mega elixirs until the very end, but unfortunately I'm no better than the rest of y'all. I'm a mega elixir saver-upper. Good God. This is a little ridiculous. Chosen went to dodge school, yeah. I think Blackbeard's got, yeah, he still has 9 to proc, so. Not today, Satan. Or Dovcool, I suppose, in this case. Nobody shall be meeting Dovcool today. Well, okay, yeah. Nobody on our team will be meeting Dovcool today. Okay. You enjoyed the tournament content very much, by the way, Slurgy. Very cool concept. Well, thank you, Black Razor. I'm glad you enjoyed. All right, so we got 2 heavy rusty axes. Hey, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Now we can hand those off to... Actually, what I should be doing, let's give this weapon to Dark Paladin. And realistically, without mastery, the man-splitters are a bit tougher to use. I suppose if we've got like a ton of fatigue, which these bros do have. Of course, Blackbeard is in rough shape with this severe concussion. Okay. Cool. Well, that went very well. Pigeon be Pigeon, thank you for the subscription. You sub for the Spear Shinies? Hell yeah. A good reason to do so. Okay, so we also got a fancy hat, like fancy-ish, it's heavy. Can I make use of that? Do I need to use it? I guess not. Not really. Everyone's either near nimble or has like a good enough helmet. Yeah, I think we're okay. You see a swordmaster and an assassin on the front line, not an everyday thing to see in Slurgy's squad. I suppose, not terribly. I don't think that's terribly rare, right? So let's see. We're gonna need a little more resolve. 45 still a little bit, or 50, I suppose. 50 still a little shy of where we'd like to be, so let's go ahead and grab that. We can maybe take Gifted now to just pump up stats a smidge. We could also just take Student so that this bro gets up to speed with the rest of the squad a little bit faster. That would also be a reasonable choice. But I think for now we'll just go with Gifted. Could use a little more hit points. We are going to be circling back for Colossus as well. So let's go ahead and grab that. Bro's looking like he's shaping up pretty nicely. And Thomas the Train. On this brother, we can skip the +1s in melee skill, and I think that's totally fine, as previously mentioned, to pump up their secondaries, to bring them up to reasonable levels. And so here on this level, we could, of course, choose a weapon mastery so that he can operate as a functional fatigue neutral. That would be one option. You missed the Chosen fight. Any interesting things happen? Not really. We did have one bro get schmacked in the head, but nothing too terribly noteworthy. Only one melee bro has a weapon that's not a polearm or a spear. True. And if he had quick hands, he'd have one too. But yeah, we could go, and the other thing is we could save tools potentially by just taking Battleforged here. I don't hate the idea of giving this guy Mace Mastery, making our Sword Master fatigue neutral be a Mace boy. I think that's fine. Mace or Axe is a reasonably likely final choice for this brother anyway. You just go with Mace. I think that's fine. So he's a Mace boy. I don't think I do have a pole mace here. I could give him that so that we have an option for ranged. I suppose he'll never be able to do the knockout though. Still gives him a little bit more reach. Yeah, where he can move one hex and attack then. So we'll still give him the pole mace over the pike. There. Now they all truly have that. With Brawny, I don't think we'll need Brawny. There's not going to be any need for Brawny on this brother. He's got enough fatigue as is. He's got his 15, he's good. And this is like the heaviest possible armor anyway. We're eventually probably going to have a heavier helmet, but we're going to have a lighter armor, so it'll work out. How much fat does he have while holding the bonk? 16. One more than he even needs. Alright, so let's make our way back down to where we were, to the collapsed ruin. Where we expect to be fighting some undead. When will he get old? Eventually. Whenever that happens, we'll give him a lighter armor. Yeah, his fat doesn't have to be good, it just has to be good enough. Exactly. Certainly it could be possible that we take like a single +4 in fatigue to ensure that when he does get old it's less of a big deal, but if you're not going to use the secondary skills, why Mace and not the rusty axes we just got? I mean, realistically, I like the Mace. It's like a slightly superior weapon for a superior brother, and we're not going to be using the secondaries of either very often on anyone. So, yeah, Mace good. That's basically it. Mace good is practically the full explanation. I just want to as a valid reason in Battle Brothers. No, I mean, I think it's good to have a justification. And in this case, it's more than it's just good. Daze is a good effect. Yeah, I mean, the mace is just good. It is, I suppose, true, but... But you do have to hit them. That part's necessary. Look at that, some ghosts. Mumbling big number to yourself is all the validation you need to bonk. Mm-hmm. Big number is strong. Make number go up. Give brain happy chemical. That's all you need. The Geist's having a little trouble finding somewhere to go. Kind of funny. You like big numbers because they're much bigger than smaller numbers? As long as they are much bigger, then yes, they are much bigger. But sometimes number is bigger than other number, but not by much. Then what do we do? What do we think? It's too complicated. Our boy up top, shield's gonna turn to dust? Nah. He did get it smashed by one of the Chosen, but it's actually durable enough for zombos. Blackbeard, even with a concussion, says to the zombie, not today. 42,069. Nice. That's a nice blaze it number. Wow. Fleeing at the first sign of danger. Cowards. Ghosts are going for the flank, yeah. It's pretty funny to see them doing this, like it makes sense given the way the battlefield was arranged, but still funny to see. Send your ghost to the flank, Sun Tzu. Excuse me. Get it together, team. Battlefield has mini black monoliths, yeah. Yeah, this ruins does look a lot like the black monolith, doesn't it? Roxanne is me, I'm pretty sure that quote is by Abraham Lincoln, actually. Common mistake. Who said that? Green Killer could not gain his composure. Still fleeing. Don't believe every quote you hear on the internet, Robert E. Lee. If he said it, it must be true. We're doing our best to hit these geists. Not succeeding so far. Oops. Sort of just shot my own bro in the back there. My finger just sort of like moved at the last second. Whoops. Finally. Cowboy Pike Bro's been a pretty good resolve newt. He moves and flees once every round. Yes, he has been a true resolve neutral brother. This is accurate. I don't know that we'll ever hit these geists. I might just get unlucky forever. This is my own little special hell. I miss every single attack for years. Except for that one. And that other one. And that one. Whew. We did it. We escaped purgatory. Geist purgatory has been purged. Gain some more levels. C-Roy 7. Finally rolled some melee defense. We'll go ahead and take the opportunity to grab that. We're gonna grab crossbow and firearm mastery. Behemoth 6987. Who knows what this brother's gonna be? A monster, a beast. Could end up being a brother that we say, I don't know. I wish I knew if the Madman Cleaver was any good, because this could be like a very good candidate for like, and I wish I knew if we were gonna find Nimble Forged gear. He's so good, it's like, you wanna make this bro like your best kind of build. So like Nimble Forged with your best weapon that can make use of all his fatigue. Behemoth made it to the team. He did. He did indeed. He's a good candidate for everything. You would just marry him. I know, right? On this level, we'll go ahead and grab Pathfinder. Or I could just grab Quick Hands. We'll grab Path. So let's see, where should I make my way? So I also want to keep in mind our current ambition, which is to destroy camps controlled by orcs. So we've got 1 of 4. We do eventually want to make our way back down to Orkland, which is going to be here on the far east side of the map. We don't want to venture too far away from civilization, since we're going to end up filling our stash pretty quick, and you know, we still have some needs to make some money and spend some money. 100 plus HP and 36 melee defense at level 7, yet Slurgy still a 9 live stand. Still a 9 live stand. But it's mostly because before he reaches level 11, he might get hit. A crossbow bolt might just hit him in the head. We don't want that. We don't want that. All right. Another barbarian camp. Again, we are looking for reavers to fight, so let's fight some. When you dismiss a party member and don't give them any money, what happens? There's a mood penalty associated with that, but you also feel bad if you have a heart. But if you're heartless, it's not a problem. All right, they have enough throwing weapons that kind of need to run at them and attack them. So I'm not going to be sitting back passively. Going to run forward, give them a, you know, little piece of our mind. We want to make sure that we get these heavy javelins up top. Does it cost them happiness if a bro were to unfortunately perish on the field of battle where nothing could have been done to prevent it? No, I understand what you're saying. Yes, actually. I mean, you do still get a mood penalty when a bro dies. So actually the answer is yes. This beverage sponsored by LaCroix. Evasive little fellas. Having trouble hitting them. LaCroix tastes like cough syrup? You bought a case to try yourself and literally couldn't give it away to your coworkers? What? Some weak cough syrup. It tastes like just a hint of flavor. Exactly the amount that I want to imbibe. I want it to taste like barely something. A reminder that I'm alive, but not too alive. Nice pile of tools and ammo. A couple furs. Good pile of money. No shinies, but still a profitable fight for sure. Of course, we can take these heavy javelins and hand them out. Now, Zero 7 isn't going to use javelins long term, but I still might give him a stack right now. We are eventually going to outfit this guy in heavy armor and put him on the front lines. He's not going to be able to take quite as much melee contact as like our other fatigue neutrals, at least in most fights, but that's okay. We hopefully won't need him to. Uncle Freddie Mac. Still going to take the +1s there, as previously, you know, as I've previously gone on about. And let's see. He's got kind of a comically high amount of fatigue, but I don't hate a comically high amount of fatigue on a spear bro. Could take like one more +4. That way we've got the opportunity to do the knockback. Kind of makes me tempted to ask the big question of if he could fight the Barbarian Madman with just like this oversized spear and a shield. And how many times would we be able to do the knockback? I don't know. That might be a way of doing it. Why is even a fat newt with 10 melee defense at level 6? Well, he's not exactly. He's going to be a special boy. He's going to be a heavy armor gunner that is ready to engage in melee, and he'll be a fatigue neutral in terms of like the raw definition of the word, but not exactly in terms of his role, if that makes sense. So we're going to position him in a way such that we're not letting him get surrounded in the same way as our other fatigue neutrals. Anyway, yeah, I think given what we're going to do with this brother, I'm kind of tempted to circle back for shield mastery here. Make him nice and defensive. It's something that will give us some benefit in the short term as well. So I'll go ahead and do it. Kind of keen to give him a little bit more defenses. And we'll give him a new, not broken up shield. Let's see, orcs passed through here. They came from there. Maybe we should search for them? Might not be a bad idea. You've come into orc territory. Good. That's where we want to be. Keeping in mind, we'll have to play the inventory swap game at some point. Do patrols go home eventually? They often do, yeah. Sometimes they like get caught off guard and die though. Finding a lot of orc footprints. Where are these orcs? Okay, they could be there or there. So let's go do this one first, I suppose. Or maybe I go do this one first. Because we're not going to be able to bust too many more camps before we want to get back to civilization. Stock up on some more tools and supplies and things. And then sell what's in our inventory. So we'll go to this one first. Have we found any new stuff yet? Since when, Baron Bucky? We're finding new stuff all the time. New content? Oh, like the, no, we haven't found any of that yet. I see. I understand the question now. Take that. And that. Get man split. Man. Green man. You've personally only seen the first encounter? Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Should be exciting. What if going blind ends the win streak? Then it does. I'd rather it be that way than spoiling myself the experience of finding out what it's like, you know, in action. It'd be a fitting end. It'd be a sad end. We'll just have to avoid that fate by taking the fight and winning. How about that? How about that for a conclusion? It just means we get to start over from the beginning. Boy. People have asked, like, what would you do? What would your plans be if, you know, something bad happens? And I always say, like, I genuinely don't know. I have made no specific backup plans. I have none. Yeah, just don't lose. That's my plan. My plan is to simply not die. I don't know why everyone doesn't do that. It seems pretty straightforward, right? All right. Goodbye, orcs. And yeah, we get to play the loot game. Man's on that Sigma grind set. Oh man. Boo. All right, curse word. This bro's actually turning out to be not exciting, but okay. He's just fine. Totally fine. Fire him. So we could take fearsome on this level. So we've got 4 perks left to assign in total. Yeah, Berserk is a pretty good choice. He's got a decent amount of AP. Excuse me, fatigue. Fatigue. He has the same amount of AP as everyone else. He's got 9. I meant fatigue. He's got a decent amount of fatigue to work with. So Berserk's a pretty good choice. Sometimes I'll grab Fearsome on this level, but I think on these brothers, it's probably better to just grab Berserk. Mac Poopy Pants, our book nerd, our nerdy reader. Chinese cheese, hello. Captain Zoo, Thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. Ooh, Lone Wolf, yeah. To the new coming raiders, no new location spoilers, no spoilers of new content. I have not seen it yet, so please, please respect that. I don't know if Captain Zoo's seen the new content yet, but I have not. So, hope you had a good stream. You either? Okay, cool. Okay, we're gonna grab Nimble on this brother. We don't have great armor on him right now for Nimble. Captain Zoo had a pretty awesome Lone Wolf seed, huge drunk, Chad. Nice. Very nice. You love to see it. $127 viewers, what's the record, Slurgy? I don't know. I guess it depends. I guess technically we were at 200 yesterday after a raid, but I feel like that's not reflective of like normal streams. Yeah, finding out the new rewards for yourself is much more exciting, and the fights themselves, right? So I don't know anything about the fights, very intentionally, and so I'll be able to find out what the contents of the fights are firsthand, which I think is a lot more fun. How do you judge which bro gets polearm mastery? A lot of that's like a tempo consideration. Like I like polearm mastery on bros like at this point actually, because of how useful it is right now at this point in the campaign, and it remains useful later on the dodge quick hands kind of bros. How are you building the Lone Wolf? Well, Captain Zoo, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a stand for this pointy, a stick with a sharp knife on the end is kind of my bread and butter. And so given the Winstreak series that I'm doing, where I'm playing every single origin all in a row, with Lone Wolf, you know, being the final entry on that list, it only made sense to name the bro Slurgy and make him a spear bro. It's creative. I mean, I think for most people it would be creative. For me, I don't know if that statement is accurate. I don't think it's fair to call it creative from me specifically. From anyone else, that would be considered creative. For me, it's a pretty boring build. Okay. There's a reason to get the spear walls and emote. Exactly. The sun, we can see the sun. I know, it's very bright. I kinda love that. What's that meme where the nerd wakes up and the sun is shining, he shuts the shades angrily? It's kind of what's going on back behind me. It's very bright. I can see that on the preview. Spartan Slurgy is a nice alliteration. It is. Let's see, those must be nachos hanging out back there. I'm guessing those things at the end of the turn order. Must be nachos. Waiting for their snacks to drop on the ground. You gotta go. I'm sorry for the red run. No problem. That's what I do 99.9% of the time. So, have a good one, Captain Zoo. I do like how the sun makes my head shine. like an angel. I do remember once when I got, it was actually just for, so that I could have a really nice headshot for work events and things. But I went to a, you know, professional photography studio for headshots, anyway. And as soon as I sat down on the chair, he's like, oh, let me get the special light. And I was like, ooh, I get the special light? He's like, yes, you get the special light. And of course then I was like, why do I get the special light? Like, what is this about me that gets a special light? And he's like, well, we gotta make sure that there aren't any glares. I was like, glares? He's like, well, and then he just like points to the top of my head. I'm like, oh. Oh, right. They need to make the light more diffuse so that I don't get like a literal reflection of, you know, the lights that they use, which I thought was pretty funny. So I got the special light. Special was his code name for really bald. Well, I mean, I shave it, so yes. Projecting oneself onto others via your head. That's what I do. Okay, so we should get up and make sure those nachos don't have a snack. Spear's still holding up, so that's good. So you can do the magnifying glass trick so to ants if the sun hits his head just right. Mm-hmm. I turn my head into a laser beam. You thought Captain Jean-Luc Picard was impressive. Well, this head's a laser beam. You can keep your magic. I have laser beams! Can anyone name what that's from? I'll be pleased if you can. There's at least one person in chat who should know. Superman? Nope. Boots into Rapier should know. If they're still here. Actually, it might be it's a Tinker voice line. Yes, it is. That is indeed a Tinker voice line. Boosh, the Goblin Tinker. All right, got some shinies, some valuables to sell. The AI assistant failed you? Color me shocked. Surprised Pikachu failure. There's a surprised Pikachu face. Your voice impression was surprisingly good too. Thank you, I've heard it a lot. I played a lot of Tinker. And you're free to judge me for that fact. You two and Ball, don't let them get you down because they're jealous your super brain needs all that cooling. Exactly. No, I'm... The key to... By the way, this is excellent that we've got ambush trade routes at this city. Oh, you're judging? Good. The key to aging gracefully in all things is to accept the things that aren't negative to your health that happen as you age. I was gonna say accept all the things, and then I realized, well, not everything, I guess. Okay. Deciding whether I want to keep some of these bundles of throwing axes specifically for the library fight. I'm gonna be hanging on to them for too long probably, so I think I will just get rid of them. We will eventually want to have some bundles of throwing axes specifically for the library fight, but I guess we don't need them right now. And do we need these nacho horns? No. Do we need the two-handed spiked maces? Also no, especially if I'm gonna fight more barbarians, which I probably will. Should check if I need any before I sell them. Would I rather have that over the longsword? Longsword's kind of crappy compared to like a greatsword. We'll just get rid of the longsword. You can see reflection. Oh man. Oh yeah, it's causing the it's causing that like that classic camera effect. That's fun. That's fun. Maybe at some point in the future, as the seasons change, I may have to close the shades when I stream. I mean, I could do it now, but I'm just seeing how it goes. That's kind of fun looking. Halo effect, it's the bald Jesus. Hallowed be thy stream. Chromatic aberration, yeah. Okay, so Blackbeard, I guess we'll go ahead and pay to have these injuries fixed up, so we can be in fighting shape sooner. Ooh, a Saleh. Probably I just buy that now, even though it's not the best price, given the ambush trade routes. We'd have to hunt down Lindworms to get rid of it. If you move a touch to your right, you'd have the perfect halo. Yeah, but then I cover it up. And I have to like scrunch down, which I don't like to do. I do that enough in my life anyway. It's hard life being tall. Our savior Slurgy. Hallowed be thy stream. How tall are you? I'm like 6'5", so I'm pretty tall. Hunt down Lindworms, deciding if I want to do that. "6'5", yeah. I used to always say 6'4", and then I got measured somewhat recently. Like properly at a doctor's office, and I was 6'5". 6'5" isn't unheard of. Not unheard of. You're hearing about it right now. Let's see, the contract for Lindworms, I wish I knew how many it would be. It's such a small payout that it makes me really tempted to do it. Because if it's just 2, I think the squad could do it comfortably enough. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should avoid. On Tinder, he's 6'9". Nice. Your friend is 6'7", is another friend whose brother is 6'9". Yeah. There's tall folk out there. They do exist. So, who on the squad would I get rid of? To get a tank? That is the question. Because we do need a tank. And we do need to recruit them soon-ish. You really like pointy sticks? I do like pointy sticks. Green Killer still has a question mark. He does. A lot of our like offensive bros are so similar in stats. It'll be 3 Lindworms. Yeah, we're not gonna fight the Lindworms, I don't think. The Lindworms are kind of like highlighting the need for tanks, really. There's 3 we'd like to replace? No, not 3. How's the run going? The run's going very well, Akibio. Hope you're doing well. Sodi is part giant, just a lonely half giant. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to replace anyone now. I was just looking at the abundance of farmhands here, and peculiar as a suffix, or is it particular? Maybe that's just what tailors have, but I think that can also mean paranoid. Hey, have a good one, Vijante. But because there's like backgrounds here that could make tanks, I'm like tempted, but I think, I don't know. I guess we'll work with what we have for now. But again, I really want like a dedicated tank. Anyway, so we can buy tools. They're pretty expensive. You get the money to try out cheap folks for trait hunting. We have the money, we don't have the slot, is the thing. Remember, this is Lone Wolf, which much like Gladiators, is limited to 12 bros. So there's no way of knowing if those bros are any good unless we fire someone ahead of time. So we kind of need to fire someone and then be in a town where we are like for sure finding our new replacement. Let's feed our hedgie. No, we're not gonna do that. So I'm gonna buy these overpriced tools. I think we've got enough food, got enough ammo. What does feed the hedgie mean? It means if we hire another hedge knight, they will fight each other, and then whoever wins gets like a minor stat boost. So we could go east and look for orcs to fight. That'd be a reasonable idea. I do want to go south at some point and buy a handgun for Seroy 7. It's to the death though? Yeah, one of them dies. One of them will die. So I guess we'll go east. We'll go in this shape of fog that's shaped like the country of Turkey and explore through there, look for orc fights, and then maybe make our way south to Al-Hazif, Tanwir, and Kabira, I suppose. Be back in a bit, gotta go pick up some kitty food. All right, have a good one, Chaucer. Good luck getting the kitty some food. Okay, we could chase those orcs into the forest, but instead, let's just fight this camp. Is it the game's way of not allowing more than one hedge knight? Well, you can still prevent the fatality like for free and easily with a priest. So this is some special terrain. These poor orc berserkers. Okay, we'll go ahead and post up on all these high grounds. How does orc charge interact with terrain? I'm not 100% sure, actually. Are you lucky with this map? Yes, like to the extreme. See you later, Mr. Orc Berserker. Have fun in your little hole. Hope you had fun. There is no exclamation mark mods command, but you can see the mods in the description below. It's just a bunch of quality of life, simple ones. Pretty vanilla. Okay, so as long as the ones with the big chunky two-handers don't get too many attacks in, we'll be just fine. Plus the streamer luck button, well, that one's built into the game. You just gotta look very deep into the menus to find it. And if you haven't found it yet, go deeper. The exclamation mark mods command works every time. It's true. That does indeed always work. It does always trigger the broadcast Briggy to say that the I mean, that's funny actually. Best mod. Oh, get man-splittered, Mr. Man-Splitter Orc Man. How the turntables indeed. So I'm actually gonna move Blackbeard. I guess we'll wait. Because he can attack and back up to there. Oh, whoops. Okay, so you'll notice that like in these fights against berserkers, I'll often like reposition some of my bros where units like berserkers, you know, they like humans have 9 AP and their weapon is the same as when you use it. So as long as you are further than 2 hexes away, they cannot attack you on their next turn. So they'll spend a whole turn getting into position so that they can just die. Oof. Lord Jingo. Stabbed pretty bad. Or maybe not. He cleaved. Cleaved pretty bad, I suppose. But not bad enough. Okay, we got some metal pauldrons, one of those attachments we can slap onto something. 9 lives proc? Actually, I think we don't even have 9 lives on him. Yeah, it doesn't even have 9 lives. Did not quite proc. He was at 35, so pretty close one for Lord Jingo. My boy barely survived. Yes, barely indeed. Almost solved your slot for a tank problem. We are wondering when it will happen, of course. The problem will, potentially, sooner rather than later, sort itself out. We need an orc flail, bro. They are good. They are nice. So Blackbeard, let's grab... What do I get on this brother? Since I already took fast adaptation. We're gonna need to grab Colossus. I could just grab Colossus now. Probably should. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what'll happen there. No camps. We'll just keep marching east. The further we get from civilization, the more likely we are to get fancy, shiny named items. Hello, Grib. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Ugh, big mountain range. Can I go around? Not easily. Guess I'll go through? So much food this run is selling the cook. Yeah, we haven't had to buy much. We've just been looting it. All right, so we've got an orc sea of tents up here. You can stop the hedgies from fighting even without a priest? Yeah, you can. But you either have to ruin the mood of your squad or have them get hurt, right? So, it's not without its downsides. But yeah, you can break up the fight. You've been sleeping at nights, so you've not been able to join the stream. Well, it's good to sleep at night. The team maybe could do Orc Sea Attends camps. Like safe-ish, safe adjacent. But it'll be safer once we already have the Orc Charm. And we'd also really like to get a handgun on Searoy 7. So I think we're gonna skip on that fight for now. I guess, man, this mountain range really sucks. But I'll keep traveling through it, I guess. Seems like a double sea attends. I mean, it was mostly a lot of Orc Young, so it wasn't like that huge. Maybe kind of a lot for day 50, but... Oh, doable. Yeah. Oh, you did say doable. My brain read it as double. Yeah, I agree that it's probably doable, but... Okay, and given that it's like goblins down here and orcs up here, I might kind of skirt north just to try to find another goblin camp, or excuse me, an orc camp to do before we leave that area of the map, just to complete the ambition. Let's see, where are we on the map? Goblin footprints over there. I guess I'll go east. I don't know. Sure. Another cute little goblin camp. We can do some of those, of course, as we see them. An overseer. You don't love to see it, but it's fine. Did we sell our kite shield? Must have. We'll reposition Uncle Freddie Mac. Is there a reason why you don't repair your weapons? Oh, like the weapons for resale? Yes. Strategically, if you're looking to optimize the profits as a player, you should do that. You should repair them and sell them. I don't, for a handful of reasons. One, I find it kind of clunky and non-intuitive. Two, it makes the game harder in a way that I find interesting. It makes the game harder in the early mid-game, which is where I find Battle Brothers to be the most fun. And also, I find that even for a viewer, it's tedious to watch someone going and just marking items for repair. So I don't subject y'all to my clickfest. And that's basically it. Subject me, Daddy. Your time will come. Zaddy will see you eventually. Sergi's really from Iowa today with the y'alls. People in Iowa don't say y'all. Not really. I've sort of picked it up from some friends who either moved south or to DC or things like that have started using it. And, you know, it's useful. It's a useful construction. It's nice to be able to refer to a group of people with one word. In West Virginia, you say y'all? Yeah. I didn't grow up saying it. It wasn't like most people in Iowa don't say it. But I intentionally introduced it into my vocabulary. Y'all is the best export from the South? Yeah. It's good. It's a good word. Y'all should use it more. You lived in Pennsylvania most of your life, moved to Texas for 2 years, and you're a y'aller. I recently learned from an old coworker who grew up in Pennsylvania that when he's particularly upset at his hometown, his home state, he'll refer to it as Pencil-tucky, which I found very funny. Yins now is what all y'all used to be. Oh yeah, yins. That's like a specific construction from somewhere. Vancouver, Washington is Van-tucky. You lived in Pennsylvania your entire life, but half your family's in Alabama, so you use y'all pretty often? Yeah. I mean, that's the way most languages, right? You use the words of those who are around you. When I lived in Korea, my friend group that I fell into was mostly a bunch of people from the UK and Ireland. UK and mostly Northern Ireland. Anyway. Especially as the drinks started flowing, my manner of speech would start to morph. And not in a mocking way, not in a way that was like intentional. I would start to speak with like a British accent, kind of. We would joke that I was from Scotsfordshire, which is a nondescript floating island around the British Isles, and in no way accurately represents how any British people actually speak. but it started happening. Linguistic convergence. Yeah. It's a pretty natural thing, I think. By the way, Sturgy, do not look at the wiki famed because you hate the wiki and they added some new stuff. Sure. Yes. Right. I have not looked at that page. I know what you're talking about. And yes, that makes sense. I will avoid looking at it. All right. No shinies, which is too bad. We are far from civilization. It's still a pretty low tier goblin camp, but even the low tier goblin camps can sometimes have shinies. Not that one though. Maybe this one? What was our last fame? The spear? Yes, I think so. I don't think we found one in this stream yet. You love that a fallen hero's helmet could just be a 240 cloth bag? It is technically a covered, decayed, closed flat top with mail. Okay, so Lord Jingo. Could probably grab Berserk on this brother. Maybe I could circle back and grab 9 for safety. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, but nah. Have most of the quality of life mods been updated for the newest patch? I think a lot of them didn't need to. Yes, I did have one zone of control glitch that I think the MSU team, it is an MSU bug, I believe, and I think they're aware of it, and I think they're working on fixing it. MSU is modding standards and utilities. It's like the framework that other mods sit on top of. So yeah, I think I might go fight this camp. It's on a hill, so, you know, Lego staircase will be the name of the game. It'll be close to nighttime by the time we get there. Could wait for night to fight it. Might be smart to do so. So I could step past it and come back. Maybe step on this mountain here. See if there's other camps that we want to take after we bust this one. Okay. I guess not. Yeah, I think given that it's on a hill, I should wait for nighttime. So, we'll wait just a moment here. All right, it is now nighttime. Would have been good for me to keep a kite shield. Oh well. Only 12 enemies though, that's not too bad. Alright, we'll push Uncle Freddy Mac forward, shield wall up. And then the rest of the squad will race forward. Into this garbage terrain. Is swear that sometimes when overseers whip their minions, you hear them saying, "Push up, brah!" Yes, it does sound like push up, brah. I know exactly what you're saying, and I hear it too. Back now, I hope the cats will... Did you miss anything? No, not really. Pretty uneventful. But the kitties were starving. They were starving. Their food bowl was only half full. They're dying. You know? The food bowl was full, they wanted wet food. Sure. I mean, can you blame them? You can blame them. Take that, Mr. Goblin. Let's see, will I leave Uncle Freddie Mac there to shield? Let's maybe wait and see. Did I just one-shot that guy? Was that enemy already hurt, or did Slurgy really just one-shot that goblin with the spear? If so, that's great. Cool. I think I'll leave this little arrow magnet set up, even if it's kind of not great from a damage output perspective. Suddenly I can't hit them. There we go. You check the clip, the enemy had full everything and it was a one-shot. Beautiful. Good. That's what I want to see. It's a good spear. Oh, I should have moved him out of the way. Whoops. That one's for the gallery. Excellent. Thank you, Roxanne, it's me. For the clip. Goblin Overseer getting away is not my favorite thing in the world. I accept it. But I'm not happy about it. All right, it's over. Well. Would you look at that? The Shadow's Mincer. A very large scimitar. Wielded with both hands, the curved blade cleaves right through any enemy, and the blade is surprisingly well balanced for its size. That's a pretty good one. So that is a cleaver with a very nice... So the southern cleaver is overall normally not that great of a weapon because it has terrible damage ignores armor. This one buffs that up nicely. So we didn't get a base damage roll, which is fine. It's fine. But having a damage ignores armor roll and an effectiveness against armor roll makes this pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Most importantly, it looks cool. It does look cool. It's not like wildly good. It's not like crazy good. This base type of weapon is a little bit, you know. Might end up better than the Madman's weapon. I would say it is most likely going to end up better than the Madman's weapon, yeah. You think I build the Hedge Knight into a Cleaver Bro now? I am inclined to agree, Thomas the Train. I think that'll be the best play for this kind of brother. He's got this big pile of fatigue. We can make him a... I mean, we could... So, I could make him a Nimble Forged, or he could just be Nimble. And then if he ends up with... Well, I don't know. Whatever. In any case, this will be a good weapon for him to use. Would there be anyone else that I'd want to have use it instead? I don't think so. We want to give the weapon to a particularly strong bro, and this is a pretty good choice. Okay, great. So given, if we are really going to use a two-handed cleaver, they have comically stupid stat requirements. So do I pump the fatigue? He also is going to need more resolve. He starts with, you know, having determined to making him start confident helps a lot. So we can get away with a little lower. We're going to want more than 43. But yeah, going to be pretty pretty deadly with this weapon. That's for sure. Cool. Determined plus a resolve necklace means he's almost good enough. Yeah, but if we wear a resolve necklace, that means we're not wearing, you know, we don't have a doggo companion. So, opportunity cost there for sure. In any case, go ahead and put Cleaver Boy question mark. I still like to have quick hands on Cleaver Bros. So let's do that. We are, of course, going to be eventually taking Nimble. We're going to take off this super heavy armor once he gets graduated to the point of not needing it. So, yeah, I don't know. This weapon's pretty good. Maybe I'm... How does this weapon compare to... like the Orc Cleaver, realistically? Obviously there's the perk tax of needing Duelist, but two-handed cleavers are surprisingly kind of bad weapons, even though I swear I always end up using several and getting really good ones. But I don't think that's representative of the weapon as a whole. That dude is absolutely insane. Yeah, dude, this bro is insane. This bro is an absolute uber Chad. He's crazy. He's crazy good. Like, crazy good. But yeah, if we were to look at like an Orc Cleaver, as an example. So 55 times 1.25, like with double grip, we'll do on average base, right? Its base damage number is about 69. Nice. So this one would be 75. So a bit higher. This one would be able to get up to 50% of damage ignores armor with Duelist. This one would be stuck down at 36. Decapitate is cheaper on the two-handed cleavers though, which is nice. And this will do a good bit more armor damage for sure. Which happens, you know, before the part of the calculation where the damage ignores armor takes place. So it's still going to be better than that. It's still a good weapon. I can't complain, right? Is good. So let's go south from here so that we can make our way down to the southern city-states. We can get a handgun. We can get maybe like just a smattering of consumables to help us return to the north and fight the Barbarian Madman. Food as diverse as any nobleman's. That's right. A smattering, a smattering. More goblins. Not a terrible fight, again. We're far from civilization. We are in famed item land. Okay. You were gonna put the normal one stats, but you're gonna let Slurgy have his own fun? You could put the normal one stats, it'd be nice to know. Who got hit with the, okay. Alright, so we'll move Uncle Freddie Mac forward. Shield wall. Let them shoot at him. And we'll move the rest of the squad forward. Yeah, so it's the exact same, and with the ignore armor and armor damage going up. Oh, I shouldn't have weapon swapped. Nah, whatever. So again, one of the things to make note of as I'm approaching the goblins is the throwing weapons have a different AI, but you'll notice that I left like gaps between my approaching units here, or left them in, you know, small groups, leaving this clump with two ranged bros here, with the shield wall bro in front, so that when they shot all those arrows, you know, they would have a low hit chance given that I'm shield walling. And so I was basically baiting out their ranged AI to hit the bro that I wanted him to hit. Or, well, attack the one I wanted him to attack. I guess I don't want them to hit anyone. Does this approach form change with the shaman, or is it the same logic? If anything, it gets amplified with the existence of the shaman, because then you're less susceptible to roots. You can only do it like to a certain point. Like sometimes you're just limited by terrain. And you also have to keep in mind the bolas that the skirmishers are gonna throw. So, but with enough open terrain, you can do what I just did. Yeah. One-shotting the goblins is pretty great. With the spear. With the slurgy spear. Okay, and I need to keep in mind, I don't have 9 lives. So I don't want to get punctured too much. I have to remember, this bro took steel brow instead of 9, which I normally don't do. So, slight, you know, update to thought process is necessary. I may still just go back and circle back and grab 9 alongside Steelbrow. Not having 9 just has me a little bit nervous since, you know, if that bro dies, the campaign literally ends. You know? Well, it looks like these goblins mostly are gonna get away. Could stop that one, I suppose. I guess I can technically stop the Overseer as well. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. We'll just say it's over. Okay, no shiny. That's okay. We can't always expect a shiny. They're not always gonna be there. So yeah, Slurgy did get a pierced side. Yeah, the last 2 perks I was gonna grab were just gonna be Zerk and Frenzy, and then, you know, we'll secondarily give Slurgy a different weapon for other fights, but maybe I don't do that. Maybe I just grab 9. We can always, you know, get the jugs to give him an extra perk as well later. So, Glendale. Well, would you look at that? That right there, my friends, is Rule Gazix. That is the Goblin City. Slurgy would keep the jugs to himself. I might share one of them. What's the plan? We'll take on their forward posts. So now the countdown to taking Goblin City has begun. Did you start the quest? Just did. I just touched it. So now we need to take on 5 locations with goblins. And would you look at that? We found the stone circle as well. The stone pillars. If we can complete 2 fetch quests, we can fight the Kraken. Found everything except the new content? We have found quite a bit, yes. All right, Sync Naza. Look, we're gonna take the +3s when we see them. So we're gonna grab Duelist. Duelist is an insane damage boost for throwing weapons. I think now that we have that, well, once we get the handgun on Searoy 7, we'll do some swapping later. But in any case, it would be good if we could to fight the Kraken in this playthrough, in this particular, hey, look at that, an orc camp. Then we can fight, if we could fit in like all the legendary fights. I don't feel obligated to do the Witch Hut for what it's worth. But like the other ones, if I could get them all, if I could fit them all into this run, that would be awesome. We'll see if I can do it. All right, let's complete our ambition. Fight the last orc camp of it. That would be an epic last run for sure. Yeah. Poor witches just want some love. You think that's their motivation? It might be. Maybe that is all they really want. Right, they also want to be... What is the phrasing in the text is so good. It's something like, have you ever seen what they've got between their legs, or something like that. And then wanting to be split in half or something particularly suggestive, and it's like, oh my. You know? At least, you know, she knows what she likes. I'll give her that. You'd give him some lovin' as long as they stay the pretty lady version? Just gotta close your eyes and imagine. Okay. Start you please, this is a family stream. Fair enough. We can... Yeah. All your kids are watching this? Oh my. Spent some time with, at the Witch Hut. Must have missed the G rating in the tags. For what it's worth, my kind of target... I was actually talking with, you know, I had some friends over this weekend and was talking about it with my wife and my friends, that like one of the kind of target I have is that I don't want to be flagged as mature audiences only, because I do want this to be approachable to people of all ages. But I also don't want to, like... So in other words, I want to be able to say language that could be considered inappropriate for children by some out of frustration, because I think that is accurate to how I feel. It is also like the real world, but I don't want to use language that could be offensive towards others, if that makes sense. You have to work really hard to make this a mature-only audience. Yeah, maybe. I know that, like, there are some, at least on YouTube, there's a certain, like, as long as you don't say, you know, a word from a list within the first minute, and then you keep the frequency below a certain amount. There's some hand waviness here, because I don't know the exact rules, because I haven't looked and don't really care that much. But there are some general guidelines like that I think are, that's reasonable. That's like about how I would normally want to run my stream anyway. Yeah, don't say longsword on YouTube or you get flagged, right? You can count the amount of times you've heard Slurgy swear on both hands. I suspect it's more than 10. It's definitely more than 10, at least over the course of my time streaming, for sure. There is no profanity requirements, you just looked. Interesting. Is that for Twitch, specifically? Like Twitch rules? You sworn a lot just reading my messages. That's probably accurate, actually. No, for you, your rules. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, I spent a little bit of time thinking about. But not that much. We should say FARC in the spirit of the game. That's true, they do say FARC in the game. Alright, that will complete our ambition. And C-Roy 7 has leveled up. Frontline Gunner. Hey, the +5, finally. And we take this +2. They also say sell whores, they do. The amount of times you told Slurgy to just say fuck though is unknown. It's at least once. Okay. I think I might take resolve here. Melee skill is gonna end up really good. Do I take the +4 resolve over +2 melee skill? I might. I do want to pump up the secondaries just a smidge, in particular resolve, so let's do that. Women aren't treated nicely in this game. It's true. We can grab Battle Forged. We're right on the verge of getting Nimble for Behemoth. I might actually take that opportunity to say, what happens if I equip something like this? Man, this bro has wild amounts of fatigue. We're gonna get him the gun soon. We'll put this on now. We're gonna need to get a better Nimble set here, but he doesn't even have Nimble yet, but I think he's got a pile of hit points large enough that it'll be fine. Okay, so we'll make our way south. Boom. Tell everyone it was the lone wolf who won here. And so, we got ourselves a orc trophy. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on Slurgy, our broadcast briggy. The idea here is that if an orc charges into Slurgy and stuns him, that could be really bad. So, we're gonna make it so that if they charge successfully, if they roll their d20, their 5%, get their critical success, they won't also cause a stun. All right, a plethora of ancient legionaries. Should be able to do that. At least for this one fight, we'll give Slurgy a different weapon. Yes, I'll go with one of these cleavers. Sure. Still gonna leave those pocket weapons though. Uncle Freddie Mac, we'll just leave as is. It'd be kind of cool to add the Women Rose from Legends. Yeah, the Battle Sisters or whatever. I guess I can equip bolas. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do the classic, back up 2 hexes from the battle lines so that they can draw up nicely. A lot of scary pikes, yeah, decent number of scary pikes for sure. None of the broken pikes in this army. They managed to keep them all together, apparently, somehow. Okay. Cheeky little guy sneaking in forward at the very end. That's alright. Come on, get up here. Get up here. There we go. That's what I want to see. As soon as they make melee contact, then we're going to be able to do a more efficient round, generally speaking. Okay. So do I move Curse Word to here? It's a slightly spooky hex to put him at. Tempted to run Uncle Freddie Mac through zone of control to get up here to just attack this legionary, finish it off. We'll end up not being able to do it till next turn, but that's fine. Lord Jingo might be able to finish this one off. Or not. You could round swing with the Man Splitter. I mean, we can. Nice. Very nice. Curse word. Boom. Beautiful. You meant the bro you moved your bottom bros in? Oh, was there a spot for a round swing? You know, even if there's a spot for it, it's still a somewhat low value attack. Even under fairly ideal conditions, sadly. Excellent, nice one there from Lord Jingo. Getting pretty good value from the bros we've taken Berserk on in this particular fight. No surprise there. It's good against Ancient Death. Couldn't let me borrow the spear. Oh my god. Slurgy's disrespect got Uncle Freddie Mac back from YouTube. We should have. I should have done that. That is absolutely correct, Uncle Freddie Mac. That would have been a perfect opportunity to let you borrow the spear. Accurate. Accurate. 2 hats! Oh man, oh boy, oh geez. Let's take a look at them. First up, the Esteemed Protector. Pretty good. Nothing too fancy. Just a classic, right around 300 durability. Very nice max fat penalty of -14, and a little bit better on the vision. This kind of lower vision penalty forged helmet is the exact type that we will often, or that I'll often give my, like, frontline gunners. So, pretty sweet. This is some streamer button BS. Yeah, you just gotta go into the menus and find it. And up next, oh shit. Marvelous Scorpion's Helm, 342? That's gotta be close to a max roll. That's gotta be close to a max roll. I want to say the highest possible helmet is the like Barbarian style, and it caps out at like 350 to 360 or something like that. So that's got to be close to a max roll, and it looks great. Holy buckets! Incredible. Well. That's wonderful. This is great. Max roll of 362, barbed helmet is 375. Oh wow, okay, that goes even higher than I thought. That was a really easy fight for 2 shinies. It really was. So we'll go ahead and pop one of these bad boys on Slurgy. Oh man, that's looking good. That's looking good. Real good. And this one will eventually go to Searoy 7, but for now, we'll put it on Dark Paladin, since he's standing in the front. I guess I could give it to Thomas the Train as well. Maybe we'll do that. $700 armor with no attachment. Oh, we have an attachment, right? We do have an attachment. So Battle Forged going all the way up to 65%. Pretty damn good. Pretty good. Yowza. You know, what if we did have the broadcast Briggy fight the Barbarian Madman? Wouldn't that be thematically appropriate? What kind of company commander am I if I am afraid of the Barbarian Madman, you know? What kind of company commander could I possibly claim to be if I were to flee from a simple wild man with a cleaver. One that wants to live. He's the most kitted out on the team by a large margin. I mean, yeah, we can always move this equipment over. I'm just saying. Just saying. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Still wouldn't do it. We'll take a moment when the time comes to think about our actions and make a decision at the time. Streamer forgets the behemoth is the main character. True. Okay, so Dark Paladin. What do we grab here on this level? Could grab Colossus now. Could grab Underdog. If you die to the Madman, you get another chance. Yeah, if it is not the Lone Wolf, then yes, you get another chance. Yeah. So let's see. Quick Hands is always good. Just grab that now. I basically always want that on all my Forged Rose to complement the Spearman. Cool. Alright, we're going to keep making our way south, but we're going to do so on the eastern edge where we haven't discovered much territory yet. Some more orcs over here. Oh, a Sea of Tents camp. Some orc young, a berserker, some warriors, and a warlord. More shinies. Opportunity for more shinies. For sure. Maybe do the easy fight to level up the bros first. Yeah, it's a pretty stacked camp. Is Famed Spear good? Famed Spear is good. Famed Spear is good. It's Slurgy's oversized spear. Couldn't be any more perfect. So the team is still a little bit young for an Orc Sea of Tents camp. Compensating? Probably. Not sure he knows how to use it. Something something motion of the ocean. I don't know. We don't have a lot of great anti-armor weapons. We've got a few now. I'm worried about the longevity of the man-splitters in their ability to fight for a while. As soon as they're pitched in melee with the Orc Warriors, they're gonna really struggle since they're gonna run out of fatigue at some point. It's on a hill, so Warlord will be on vacation flank. Yeah, but Orc Sea of Tents that are on a hill, they flatten out the terrain. It's a weird quirk. I don't know. It's weird, but it's a thing that happens at those locations. It's a somewhat risky fight. I'm gonna skip on it for now. We've got a few bros that are like a little bit hurt. We don't have backup nimble armors. We're a little bit young for that fight. We're gonna come back for it at a later time. We're not gonna do it quite yet. How long does it take for armor to repair from 30%? It depends on the armor. It repairs a certain amount of durability. So if it's a heavy piece of armor, it'll take a lot longer. Okay. So discover 8 locations is great. 2 men with, okay. Yeah, discover 8 hidden locations. We're gonna be going off finding camps constantly anyway. So we'll choose this one. Okay. So we've got an ancient dead camp here. We're gonna wait just a tiny bit of time for daytime. So I guess we'll go ahead and swap back to the bolas. We would rather these be throwing axes, but whatever. We'll wait the few seconds here for daytime. Okay. And we'll fight more Ancient Dead. Only 8 enemies. There is an Ancient Honor Guard with a Reaper's Scythe. We might pilfer that off of him at the end of the fight. Oh, I should have swapped. Well, Could have give Uncle Freddie Mac the spear. Well. 8 enemies, so just 3 shiny helmets incoming. Hopefully. We'll see how many shinies we can get. Okay. Goblin balls. Yep, cute little goblin balls. I don't really, have many opportunities to use them. It's kind of limited to this specific circumstance. But we've got them, so we're gonna use them. Chunk. Good to finally watch you live on Twitch. Well, Spunkmeyer62, glad to have you. Glad to have you. Are you a catch it on YouTube kind of person? Okay. No hats. Robbed. I feel robbed. I've come to expect them, you know? What a shame. Didn't sack a bro. We didn't last time either. That is the normal exchange though. Bro for a hat. It's the classic. Hat dependency. Well. Bolos would be good if they used up 1 ammo instead of the usual. Yeah, that's a nice little change that would make them just a little bit better. I kind of like that, Bloaxor. That'd be a nice way of making them just a tiny bit better. All right, we got a little Nomad camp here. Of course, they do have dodge now, so they'll be a little sneaky, a little tricky, a little harder to hit. But that's okay. Nothing that the squad can't handle. We're gonna try to find ourselves a Nomad leader so that we can get our good pal Uncle Freddie Mac a proper fighting spear. Or maybe we'll get him a shiny too. That would be the dream, if we can manage it. Not today though. Did the Bolas work against the Legionaries? Never used them myself. Yeah, so they have the same lack of penalty that throwing axes do against undead, but they're kind of just a worse throwing axe. So it's not like you really want to use them, but they work okay. In a pinch, they're fine. I don't know why I went for the leader there, but I did. They're okay if you find them on your first caravan escort. That's true. Like they're fine as like a tempo pickup or things like that, but as soon as you have javelins available against most enemies, you should just use javelins. They're just gonna perform better. So. Do you want the leader's armor, or are you past wanting that? We don't really need it. We're kind of past wanting that. Just barely, but I'd say we're past wanting it. Oh, oops. Disarmed? Double stunned? What is this nonsense? Who do these nomads think they are? These free-range briggies. Unbelievable. The blatant disrespect. So closing up that gap was important so that the nomad leader didn't have a route in. Yeah, that's better. Okay. No double stun for you this time, buddy. Well, that guy got a stun though, so. Okay, and there they go. Running away. That archer still thinks they might have a chance. Thinks, maybe we should fight this. Are those trash adapters, or is this just a mirage? Just a mirage. Though, one of them has been adapted. We've got one adapter. Kind of. Not really. But he does have fast adaptation and mansplitter, which is like close. Not even axe mastery for his mansplitter? Nah. We just make it so that they can only use it for a limited time only, you know? Alright. So we're gonna have to play inventory game. At least a little bit. Suppose the beat up hooked blades we can get rid of. Get rid of those. Alright, we'll grab this, this, these, this. Let's grab the food. Because that we can actually like keep. Alright, we'll just fill up there. Could have maybe walked on over to that desert island to see if we can find the library. We haven't found it yet. This location is in wetlands. Fun. That's not super common. A much more difficult fight than the previous. We'd really like to get, let's see, what time is it? Afternoon? Okay. It's a big camp. That is a big camp. That is a very large camp. Another moat camp. Oh man, that moat camp, that was nuts. That was nuts. Okay, I will take a +1 in melee skill over a +2 in a secondary, I think. Especially since we've had a couple +1s we've skipped now on Thomas the Train. So. Took 23 turns. True. That was 23 turns. So we'll probably just go ahead and grab Battle Forged on this bro now. Curse word. Grab some more fatigue since he's already got Berserk. Underdog level? Oh, on Thomas the Train? Could have. Could see it going either way. Curse word, probably just grab Killing Frenzy. Could circle back and grab 9. 9's always good, but let's circle back and grab 9. All right, I think the team is in good enough shape that we can fight this big old camp. Must have just totally cooked all the armors. Didn't even have any loot. Yeah, we'll have to do a little inventory swap as we take this fight. That's okay. Should probably actually have Dark Paladin and Thomas the Train swap, so that if stray arrows go over, they go to the boy with dodge, not the one without. Okay. Good, no moat. Just a whole buttload of nomads. Master Stroke Nightcloak. Huh, that was my nickname in gym class. Alright, so where did that guy go? He went to there? Okay. Let's go up there with Uncle Freddie Mac. Let's see what happens if we just wait here. Could go up here with Slurgy. Kind of gambling on the fact that I don't think they'll run forward this turn. No real great targets. Just shoot there. Shoot a sad floppy arrow. They've taken some good cover. Good cover has been taken. They have a lot of whips, so those are practically non-fighters for now. They've taken the hobbits to Isengard. Yeah. Well, they're still content to chill. Turducken. A duck and a turkey. I know that one. Man. Dodge, pretty good perk. Sturdy, this will be the last time you get to see me live. Good luck with the rest of the campaign and congrats on the streak. Your Battle Brothers content, oh my goodness, has been very entertaining and informative. Uncle Freddie Mac, thank you so much, and thank you for the 10 gift subs. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm sad this is the last time we get a chance to see me live, but hey, glad you were here, and I appreciate the support. What a champ, absolutely. Much appreciated. Leaving the country, good luck to all Battle Bros. Hey, good luck to you wherever it is you're going. I hope that whatever it is you do, that it goes well. Thanks again. Ta-ta. Okay, we're managing to hold off the Nomads at the top and bottom of the map. Getting them to bounce off the old spears. Shouldn't have said something, because then of course one breaks through. But just one, so that's not too bad. Archer's still getting quite a bit of damage in now. We've had to break up the formation such that we can't give him the perfect arrow target that still protects us in melee as well as I'd like. Slurgy's managed to get quite a bit of damage at the bottom part of the map. So that's nice. Yeah, not enough fatigue to fire. Oh no! No more spear walls. Out of fatigue. Alright, get on in here. Luckily Slurgy's pretty durable, so he can tank the enemy for a little while. Probably should just hit that leader. And get Uncle Freddie Mac up in that archer's face. A few of the bros do have their armor stripped off completely, and in those cases we are going to need to be pretty careful about the whips. The whips can actually do serious damage, like right there. So we're actually going to need to back up like Mac Poopy Pants, who is on the verge of bleeding out. so we'll just back him up. Hype train success. Open. Share. Oh, cute. Oh. Damn, she is fancy. That is a fancy emote. I don't know if I'm that fancy of a guy. Okay, we're getting through most of them. Here we go. So we're gonna need to back up Green Killer. He does have 9, so even though he has a comical number of bleed stacks, as long as we back him up, he'll be okay. So we'll let him take his 60 points of bleeding damage. And be on his way. Similarly, Mac Poopy Pants, we're gonna have hide in the grass so that they can't attack him. It's a lot of damage, it's a lot of damage. Boom, and then a big old morale cascade there on the bottom. This fight is making you think avoiding that orc camp was the right call? I think so. I think so. Oh wait, nope. Not gonna move him forward. Even if he's still got 9 lives to proc. I was just trying to get in melee with that archer. We'll go ahead and let 9 lives proc there. You want to see more carnage? Working on it. Oh my goodness. Unexpected rally there. Okay, curse word. Curse word nearly bit the dust there. Still has 9, I guess it didn't proc, but still. Spooky. Spooky scary. Curse word needs to stop being a wet towel. True. Guess he could still die here, couldn't he? Well, upside. We got a free spot on our... a free slot to fish for a tank. Was he any good? He was probably on the short list of those that I was gonna need to get rid of anyway. But not like this. Not like this. He slayed at one time Jahath the Nomad. But a Nomad, in the end, took his life as well. Green Killer hangs on. Green Killer hangs on, yeah. Well. Shoot. There's going to be a little bit of annoying inventory management. I suppose these helmets aren't worth that much. All these expensive weapons are going to be worth a lot. Obviously the spoons. Time to sell? Yeah, it's time to sell. And we know this. I recognize. I understand. I've been making my way slowly, making my way downtown, but actually to a city to sell stuff. All right, that's good enough. You never used the poison? Oh, did I have poison I could have got rid of? I did. Yeah, I only ever really use it in arena fights. And it's gotta be a pretty specific scenario to want to use it. To Briggy City. All right, so we'll make our way to Al Hazif here. Are these 8 serpents still out terrorizing? No, go away. How come that guard didn't fight him? Okay. So, we're gonna be selling stuff here. They are selling a handgun. What else we got here? We can take a look at a thief. We'll just take a super quick peek. Well, no, let's sell stuff first, I think. Well, all right, let's just make a tiny bit of room in the inventory. Let's see what this thief has to offer. I mean, yeah, he's fine. He's interesting. A lot of mixed opinions in the chat, which is reasonable. There are things to like and things to not like, right? So he's just kind of awkward. Nimble tank? Nah. I'm not gonna build a nimble tank at this point in the run. It's either like forge tank or bust. You're just keenly aware that I have the money to buy real bros. True. He's the complete saying of mid. Yeah, so, I mean, the thing is his talent stars are close enough to being in the right spots, right? He's pretty good for a lowborn. I mean, true. So he low-rolled hit points. He got a mid-roll in fatigue. Fatigue is an important stat for us. He mid-rolled resolve. Resolve's an important stat for us. He actually, like, really high-rolled melee skill. Because he got a 56 in melee skill, and he's dexterous. That part is kind of going to waste. That's largely irrelevant, right? You don't think he takes us to the end? Yeah, I mean, I think he, like, could, but we also likely could do better. You need to find a pimp. Yeah. Also the fact that he got, you know, a 6 as his base roll in melee skill, that's a shame. Because he's got the 2 talent stars. So like he'll end up with 39 melee defense. That's really good. Like that stat is fine. It's more just that when we level this bro up, we're going to be taking melee defense and fatigue every level. So his fatigue will end up at, you know, 139, which is fine. It's like pretty good. The trick here is that like this is good enough. We have plenty of money. We could fish for longer. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. Are there any other recruits here that could maybe be suitable? Unlikely. Sometimes you can get something from a Nomad. We could hit the tryout button. Oof, Death Wish. I like Death Wish. Nomad's kind of unlikely, but Death Wish makes it so I could do a late game nimble tank too, potentially. You would fish more in this position? What day is it? 55? Yeah. Keep in mind, I do want to do most of the legendary locations, so I don't want to fish too long. Where would I go next to fish? We technically haven't gone hostile to this location yet. Not really much there. There's a whole bunch of stuff up here we've never even been to. Ideally, I find this brother, I find our tank before we leave the south. You would use him in a non-12-man origin? Yeah. Well, in a non-12-man origin, you can maybe still look for someone better, but keep him and be like, all right, we're happy enough with him, right? I like his haircut. That part's good. No complaints there. Secondary's too low. That's the real problem, right? You kind of need all secondaries to be pretty high on a tank. For like a big beefy forge tank, which is kind of just what I want. And also, you know, do not answer this question. This is a hypothetical I'm shooting out into the universe. But for the new legendary locations, given that I don't have any idea what they are, I'm nervous about going into those without a dedicated tank. So, should just get rid of him. Or like a good dedicated tank. Like I want the dedicated tank to be really good. All right, he's not quite there. I'm deciding if I want to take a look at Harad here. Death Wish, he's cheap. Let's take a look. Hoth. Huh. Who did we get rid of to make space? Well, we didn't get rid of anyone, but a Nomad Outlaw did. Swing and a miss again. Yeah, this is a swing and a big miss. However, we hit like a decent bro. He's a great early bro. This would be an insanely good early bro. What I'm deciding with Harad here, another spear bro. Yeah, it would be a spear bro. I don't think we don't need a spear bro right now. So I think we're okay. What I'm deciding is, also, how did this level go? Okay. Do I keep him for now and make a offensive brother? Because there's a couple others that are a bit weak that he's gonna be better than. I think you gotta aim for premium backgrounds at this point. Probably. Probably true. But I'm wondering what to do with Harad from a perspective of replacing one of our nimble damage dealers with like a second wave better version. Because he is a better version. Yeah, I think that's the plan. We're gonna keep him. Someone else is gonna get put on the chopping block to be replaced for the next premium background that we think can be our tank. That's gonna be the plan. And so, who's next on our queue? Ragged Edge 82. Welcome to the team. Not what I was hoping to find, but he'll work. Let's see. Do we have an armor for him that's suitable? Nomads often have low secondaries, so I think they rarely make good tanks. Yeah, and I knew that going into it. Like, I knew that hiring him. One of the reasons I took a chance on it was just Death Wish means I could have potentially gotten a nimble tank that I think would work for me. Potentially, like rare, but possible. And they're just good. But I agree, they rarely make good tanks. Alright, we're gonna need to get him better armor. Sooner rather than later. Go ahead and grab some resolve. 37's a little bit low. We'll start out grabbing 9 lives. Uncle Freddie Mac. I think we'll pump up his hit points a little bit. That's pretty low. And on this brother, we'll probably end up doing the old classic, same kind of build that we did with Lion last run, where I'm eventually going to grab a Hammer Mastery, and that'll be his sort of secondary role, secondary thing he can do. But we're going to grab Fearsome on this level. Slurgy, our broadcast Briggy. Needs more fatigue. And do I just circle back and grab 9 lives? That goblin puncture. It went through the screen and actually hit the streamer. And it got me a little bit nervous. So maybe 9 lives is like a smart thing. Even if we are able to craft additional fur padding at this location, it's still awfully good, isn't it? You know? You gotta keep that lone wolf alive. We can always get extra perks from the jugs. Main character looking stacked. Fame Spear any good? Yes. Fame Spear, good. Fame Spear, very good. Let's grab 9. Just seems like I don't need to greed out damage. Rare moment of... I don't know what word to use to describe it. Non-greed? Alright, we're not gonna hunt down Ifrits. Hunt down what terrorizes. Could maybe do one of those. Let's see. So also, I guess I have an option to craft additional fur padding or an unhold fur cloak. It's nice to have one unhold fur cloak specifically for goblin fights. Additional fur padding, of course, could be great to give to our broadcast briggy. I feel a little less inclined, like I don't feel like I don't need it now that we've got 9. AFP is less important to me now. AFP being additional fur padding. Don't forget the gun. Yeah, we're gonna get a gun. Let's go ahead and get the gun now so that I don't forget. Good call. I'm gonna pop this bad boy on C-Roy 7. And then we're gonna grab a second wind potion, specifically for the fight against the Barbarian Madman. You know? So do I sell things here? The sale price is pretty good. If I plan on going to the other southern cities, then I might not sell stuff here. The problem is a lot of the backgrounds that I would look for a tank are less likely to be found in the southern parts of the map. Not that you can't find them. Sometimes you can. So I'm gonna sell anything below 100. And then we'll see where that puts us from like an inventory management perspective. $59 slots? Yeah, not bad. What did we go with for the new bro? He's just gonna be, where is he? He's gonna be kind of a second wave nimble damage dealer. He's pretty good, so I think we'll hang on to him. And we'll be replacing someone else. I'm deciding now what I want to do at this taxidermist. That's the kind of decision point that I'm still trying to reason out. What would I put either of those on? I probably could put the Unhold fur cloak on just like a leather lamellar. You thought the move was AFP for Slurgy? You know, it was, and then I took 9, and now I feel less inclined to do so. I kind of feel like I want to leave this armor on Slurgy because of how protective it is, but I also feel like the current attachment has a function that it's performing well. So now I'm sort of backpedaling on that. Since I took 9, I feel less inclined to take AFP. I feel like Slurgy is pretty safe against a string of body hits that breaks through hit points. The one benefit that AFP does give us, like the primary one, would be any orcs that like charge and then break through. They have cleavers pretty often, and so, you know, AFP prevents them getting enough damage through to cause a bleed, a little for longer anyway. But this is a big enough piece of armor that it's still gonna take him a little bit. What is the weapon type for a famed called Oversized Edge? Sounds like it could be a spear. I don't know. It's a good question. So then if I got the Unhold for cloak, that might actually just be better. Let's just do it. So we'll toss this on a leather lamellar, which I will probably just put right on Uncle Freddie Mac. God, he looks good. For when he's screening arrows. What are the backgrounds to try to find the ultimate tank? Hedge Knight, what else? Hedge Knight, I guess Wild Man. Farmhands, millers, thieves. Peddler. Adventurous Nobles, yeah, Adventurous Nobles is a big one. I should have said that one earlier. Adventurous Nobles is probably second best after Hedge Knight, actually. Though their fatigue can be not quite as good. But, you know, that's like fishing for the absolute best possible, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go to at least to Tanweir. We'll go to one more southern city here and maybe bust this Nomad camp on our way. I think that's a good idea. Assassin? I mean, assassins have pretty low fatigue though. They've got really good melee defense. Yeah, let's go bust this big camp before we head back. Ooh. They say the book nerd, Mac Poopy Pants, has been sitting with Green Killer for a few hours. Oh my goodness. A converted cultist event. Unexpected. Sure. He can convert him to a cultist. Great. So our book nerd gained some more resolve. Great. And so now Green Killer has become a cultist. Davkul awaits. No more book nerd? No, yeah, we got a book nerd. We have 2 now, actually. Okay, lots of outlaws, some archers, and a leader. Not too bad. We're gonna leave the formation just as is. Soon to be higher cultist density than the cultist run. Right. Right? Oh my. So it looks like they're just charging forward. A bit recklessly. Unexpectedly. Who's gonna read the book though? Cultists can read a book once they get to level like 9, I think. So, yeah, cultists can read. All right, so I'm gonna be backing the squad up just a teeny tiny smidge. Davko loves book nerds. Mm-hmm. Sure does. Okay, here come the archers. So they're shooting at our heavy armor. Works for me. So I could spear wall up here and here, and then just move the rest of the squad to kind of like have everyone go to the top side. Could do a similar thing here and here, or here and here, and just have everyone sweep to the bottom. But here's where they got the pole maces. Huh. So we're going around this way. Got him. Oh yeah, Ragged Edge 82 is still... He's a fresh boy. He's not ready for real fighting yet. He's just a baby. He's just a baby. That's right, bounce off my spear. Take that, you nerds. That's right, come out of the woodwork. And die. Fearsome value, definite fearsome value there. Tempted to push Thomas the Train to here. I think that should be fine. He's a durable boy. Then I could push Slurgy up, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to keep protecting this hex here. Uh-oh. Worried for Lord Jingo. Well, we found out who's gonna get cut from the team. We found out who is gonna get replaced by a tank. Would you look at that? How kind that the game is ready to help us in this way. You know? How very kind. He got cut, all right. Yeah. He got cut. And there's no way to bail him out. He's gonna bleed to death. It'll heal? We'll see. These nomads have been deadly? They have. They have. More deadly than they usually are. But we are fighting them at kind of an awkward time. Take that. Ubaid the snake shall slither no more. Don't worry, my comedy tour, of course, will I can't even finish that sentence. I can't. Polite laughter. Thank you. It's the right thing to do. All right. So, Lord Jingo. It was a good run. It was only fitting that if Lord Jingo were to fall, that the stern protector would take his place. And the Bros for Hats pipeline remains. You died? You died. You did, Lord Jingo. You did. He died for the hat, worth it? It's a good hat, but it isn't what we had in mind. It's better than your hat? I mean, not better than this one. Matching set, yeah. The hat will protect the skulls of the company in your memory. Indeed. Indeed it will. Well, the spot for the tank has officially been opened. It's not a great armor set for Nimble, but it'll work. Oh boy. All right. Behemoth 6987 is going to be a beast. Time for a Swordmaster. We love ourselves a Swordmaster, but if we're looking for a Forge tank, a Swordmaster isn't going to be able to do it. They're great for fatigue neutrals and defensive rolls in that way, but they don't have the secondaries to do the big Forge tank kind of business. Shouldn't have been hit, shouldn't have been hit. Okay, Green Killer. What do we end up doing with this, bro? I think I'll still take Resolve here. We can grab Berserk. He's going to end up making use of that. And then Blackbeard 4305. Let's grab the Resolve. And then on this bro, let's grab Fearsome. I'm a-thinking. Okay, so let's make our way back to Tanware. Haven't been there in a little while. We'll see what's up. We'll see what recruits they've got, I suppose. Bros for hire. We'll take a look. Peasants from Dornland. Now, we could attack these. It'd be a cute little fight, but I almost don't want to ruin relationship with the whole faction such that we hurt this small village to maybe take a look at it on our way. So we're actually going to leave those peasants. How about a Crusader? I mean, if we get a Crusader offered to us like we have in past Holy Wars, I guess it's possible. Ah, ambush trade routes. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't sell everything. I'm glad I kept the expensive stuff. I'll take a look at what the contracts are just to see them. Drive off nomads. Undone what terrorizes. Let's see what the... Very unlikely that a gambler fits the bill, but this guy's only 100. So we can look at him. Nope. Really nothing special about a shepherd for a tank. Dayteller, also not really. Let's see what the arena fight is. 5 hyenas. Okay, that's fine. We can fight 5 hyenas. Uncle Freddie Mac and Slurgy could do that. Who would join them? Sinknaza could maybe progress in their arena fighting. Sure. Oops, that's the wrong person. Swap these bros' armors quick. And yeah, this is a pretty good setup for fighting hyenas. So let's do it. So we're just gonna let them bounce off of our spears. That's the strat. That's the whole strat. And if they make it through, we don't care. Come on, hyena. Get in here. Get in here, hyena. Oh, come on. Come on. Rally, you fool. That's the spirit. That's better. No, no, no. Okay. Poor little guy just wanted to flee. I know. It's a little cruel. It's a little cruel. Uncle Freddie Mac and Slurgy are on the cusp of getting 5 wins in the arena, getting them a nice little resolve boost. Okay. So was there really no one else to take a look at here? There really wasn't, huh? So it looks like in Lone Wolf you get an event for the Lindworm Slayer. Ah, is that Lone Wolf where that happens? What are the conditions for that, the Chaucer? Like what are the... How do you get the Lindworm? I don't think I've ever had the Lindworm Slayer. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. 2K renown? Almost there. 5,000 gold. You have once in his stats. Yeah, I mean, he's like any other bro, right? Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. 2K around and wandering around. A random event pops up. You're kind of being tongue-in-cheek. I mean, I thought maybe, you know, there was some sort of thing with the Lone Wolf origin where maybe that pops up more readily or there's some other condition that can get you there. I didn't know because, well, you know, I haven't played this origin much at all. Not only 5K, but he starts at level 1. Sure. Maybe we should have kept a Sipar, actually. Well, we'll find more. Sale price here is excellent. Since they do have ambush trade routes, after all. He has special armor. Yeah, he's got like armor that has the Lindworm, whatever, protection stuff. So, yeah. Do I want to take one of these? Let's see, what's my relations with Tanware? Pretty good. It's good enough that if this contract is not an enemy we want to fight, we can just cancel it. Serpents. Okay. I was just wanting to fight some hyenas for the attachments. That's the whole reason I did that. And, well, I learned. So, all right, well, I think that's a pretty good place for me to call it for the evening. I'm gonna, yeah, call it there. Should be back tomorrow. The plan for tomorrow, oh wait, before I forget, Oh no, okay, I did. I bought a second wind potion. And I'm gonna get rid of this white and blue paint. I got the second wind potion for the Madman fight. Yeah, should be back tomorrow. Tomorrow the plan will be to find ourselves a new tank. Or a tank in the first place. I guess not a replacement bro, but you know, Lord Jingo lives on in our hearts and on our heads. And so we'll find ourselves a tank, and then we'll make our way to fight the Barbarian Madman. I think that'll be the plan for tomorrow. Slurgy, tell Mango and Susie we love them. Yes, yeah. If there's a slim possibility that maybe tomorrow, well, I should be able to stream, but we'll see. Great stream. Well, thank you, the Chowser. I'm glad you enjoyed. So, I'm gonna send you guys over to Jorbs, who's playing some XCOM Long War. I know that's something that many of you have mentioned would be interested in seeing me play, and maybe after this run could happen. So, to all of you, wherever you are in the world, make it a good one. Ta-ta.